I've got a lot of Marvel-related news that I want to go over with all of you. Let's start here. If you remember, a few days ago, there was a new trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, or just Thor 4, if you want to call it that. They, of course, included footage of Chris Pratt, because he is in the movie, as well as all of the other Guardians of the Galaxy characters. They're all in the movie because they're part of Thor's story for what's going on with him and Asgard and whatever. You know what I'm talking about if you've been keeping up with these movies. But because Chris Pratt was in it, they have decided this is, again, a time to try to cancel the man. And apparently, the other day, they released another trailer with more footage, which, of course, led to calls to cancel Chris Pratt yet again because they can't stand this man. And it has led to a debate on Christianity for some reason because, well, that's the religion punching bag for the mob. The only religion that is allowed to be trashed is Christianity. All the other ones, you dare say anything about them, you might end up getting slapped with hate speech. But this one, they're all okay with trashing. It's the punching bag for religions. It really is. Just because this man is Christian, they constantly go at him for it and say, well, he's anti-this or he's some kind of istophobe. Anytime something with him is announced or he's in a trailer, it trends on Twitter. It's trending on Twitter today. I woke up and saw it and I said, I wonder, what do they want him dead for today? Literally, there are tweets of people calling for his death because of the fact that he's in a movie. This led to a debate on Christianity, though, and it sparked from this post. This is it. Somebody said, Marvel, hear me out. Just replace him. And this led to debates on Christianity and why Chris Pratt needs to lose his life, as usual. Funny tweet here from Master of TDS that he captured. When will Chris Pratt begin his unemployment era? I'm tired of being white man jump scared by the Marvel fans in my life. Then, of course, I saw this, which was pretty unsurprising, but it's kind of unnecessary. If you remember the first Spider-Man movie with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire, there's a scene that everyone gets worked up about once in a while where Spider-Man is wrestling in a cage with Macho Man Randy Savage, which is what caused this joke, to be honest. Peter Parker is up on top of the cage, and he says to him, that's a cute outfit. Did your husband make it for you? And it works up, Macho Man. Of course, the joke here is that he's a macho man, and saying that, you know, he's into guys would upset him, and it did, and it made him fly off the handle. A movie from the 90s, by the way, or not the 90s, the early 2000s. Early 2000s. They have now found the need to edit that out. According to Paper Plane TF, who did post for the receipt here, he's got this. They cut out the line. So listen to this, and you can hear it for yourself.
No way.
So as you could hear there, he just goes, that's a cute outfit, and then he jumps down to the ground. That's the scene now. That's the scene. That's where we're at. We're now going back and editing movies from the early 2000s. Now, this is why I'm really big on encouraging people to go get physical media, because then you don't have to worry about censorship so much. We've seen this a couple of times. There's a version of Back to the Future 2 where they remove the Ooh La La magazine, if you know what I'm talking about. It got removed from the movie, or at least the cover did. They removed it from the movie on Netflix, and Netflix tried to say, oh, well, we put the wrong version up. But the fact that that version exists should tell you something. why does that version even exist at all, where there's no ooh la la cover? Like, so a lot of older movies getting censorship. This one was kind of surprising because honestly, the line's not that bad. I mean, is anybody offended by that line in the movie? Other than maybe a couple of people on Twitter that find everything offensive. But that's where we're at. And then finally, the last story that I have is Doctor Strange 2 is now banned in several countries because of the fact that America Chavez is in it. And she is, of course, a character that is into women. And because of that, you're not going to see the movie in Saudi Arabia, United Arab countries, Russia, Ukraine, Kuwait. Now, if Disney had any principle to the things that they say they stand by, they would say, okay, well, we're just not going to... You can add China to that list as well, by the way. I don't know why they're not on there. I think they're just going over countries that aren't going to allow this movie. Saudi Arabia is the biggest one. I think that's the one they're actually talking about in the news. Ukraine and Russia is kind of a given. Like, it's like you're not going to put a movie in Russia for sure now. And Ukraine, I don't think they can... Nobody's going to see a movie there right now. But the other countries, particularly Saudi Arabia, which is a big market, as you can see, it's not going to be played there. It's been banned there. Now, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a version where that character's sexuality is not mentioned at all. Any scenes with her and another woman will be cut, and that's what's going to air in Saudi Arabia. Now, the reason I said if Disney actually stood by their principles, they would just not release the movies there is because these companies have no principles. They do everything for PR and stuff like that. Disney's standing up against DeSantis. That's all for ESG dollars. That's all for them to stand by a woke message because in some ways that's more valuable than money to a lot of these companies. Doesn't matter if they're going to have to spend billions in taxes. But in other countries, that's not the case. So what they're going to do is edit out anything that has to do with her liking women is going to be cut out, and that's the version that they're going to put out in Saudi Arabia and probably China, much like Warner did with Fantastic Beasts 3. And this is what I don't get about a lot of the people that are so in love with these companies and think that these companies care so much. Why don't they ever see, like, these companies don't give a shit about you? Because if they didn't, you wouldn't see that happen. Doctor Strange 2 is going to do exactly what Fantastic Beasts 3 did. Any mention of Dumbledore and Gwendolar, or whatever his name is, being in love got cut from that movie so that it could go to Saudi Arabia and China and all that stuff. And that's exactly what they're going to do with Doctor Strange 2. But wait, I thought they love inclusion and diversity and all this stuff. Shouldn't they stand by their principles then and actually release the movie as is and say if you don't want it, well, then you're not going to get it at all? No, because at the end of the day, they're driven by that money. This should tell people right away they don't give a shit, but they don't see that. Continue to think Disney's on their side and cares about them and all this stuff, and that's just not the case. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.